Yes, hello, is this the goddess helpline? Yeah, I was wondering if I could meet with one of your goddesses, preferably a blonde girl with a blue dress, perhaps? Oh yeah, okay, I'll hold. I hope it's you. Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy here with the first review of the month of February. And since the month of February has basically been dubbed the month of love, considering that Valentine's Day is in this month, I couldn't have picked a better time to review one of my all-time favorite romantic comedy animes, Oh My Goddess. So Oh My Goddess basically follows Keiichi Morisato, who's a sophomore in college, and he's a pretty lonely guy. I mean, he got rejected by one of the most popular girls in the school. He's a guy that's down on his luck. And one night, while using the phone, he accidentally calls the goddess helpline and meets the goddess Belle Dandy, who tells him that she can grant any wish he so desires. So if you want to rule the world, she'll grant it. If you want to be rich, she can grant it. If he wanted to make an album with Tupac Shakur, she can make it happen. But Keiichi doesn't really believe that she's a goddess. More or less, he feels like this is a trick pulled by his senpai. So, kind of in disbelief, he wishes that she would stay by his side forever. And the wish is granted. And from there, we follow Keiichi and Belle Dandy, their day-to-day lives, the interactions that they share with a plethora of supporting characters, and of course, their blooming romance. Now, it is no secret, no secret, that I'm a huge fan of Oh My Goddess. Hell, I got a freaking wall scroll of Belle Dandy hanging on my wall. I even own the first season and the second season of Oh My Goddess. That's how much I loved it. Now, I haven't seen this anime in over 6 years. It's been a while since I've actually sat and watched this anime, and I was thinking to myself, does the anime still hold up? Is it still as good as I remembered it? So I started watching it again, and guys, it's even better than I remembered it. Yeah, I remember really liking it when I first saw it. I loved the relationship between Keiichi and Belle Dandy, but there's even more to this anime that I really didn't think about when I first saw it that I thought about now and said, wow, this is a really great anime. Now, the biggest thing that this anime needed to pull off is convincing us, the audience, that there is a bond and connection between Belle Dandy and Keiichi that goes beyond the contract. And honestly, they pull it off in flying colors. In fact, the strength of this anime comes from their bond alone. Honestly, their relationship is one of the cutest, sweetest, kindest, touching, emotional, and loving relationship I've ever seen in an anime. It is literally the quintessential meaning of a romantic relationship. Now, I have talked about this relationship to death already, so I won't stay too long on the subject. I think you guys have an understanding as to why I love their relationship, but there is something I would like to address that I think some people might have an issue with, and that's the fact that they might feel that their relationship is false or fake because, oh, Keiichi just wished for her to be his girlfriend or wished for her to stay next to him, so it's not really a real relationship. And at the beginning, it's sort of true. Keiichi half-heartedly asked Belle Dandy to stay by his side forever because he thought it was a joke, but then it turned out to come true, and so he had to be stuck with Belle Dandy for all eternity. Which, it's not a bad thing. Belle Dandy is cute as hell. But you gotta understand too that even though Belle Dandy was kind of forced to stay by Keiichi's side, that doesn't mean she had to like him. They had to build a relationship, they had to build a bond, they had to build a connection. And they actually did, because Belle Dandy could have easily have been like, oh, I freaking hate my job, I'm stuck with this freaking loser, I hate his guts, he smells like oatmeal, why did I have to get stuck with the worst guy in the world? But no, they actually build a bond to where Keiichi and Belle Dandy connect. She sees that Keiichi is a caring individual, and this is one of the reasons why I really relate and like Keiichi, because he is a really nice guy. And the fact that Belle Dandy fell for him is not because of a contract, and even later on they kind of negate the contract, and she's like, I want to stay because I love you. I'm staying for you. The contract is more of a plot device to help propel the story forward. It's not to be seen as the thing that kept them together or connected them. The thing that connected them and brought them together was the relationship that they built with each other. And besides our two main lovers, the secondary characters are all entertaining, each one adding their own style, their own flair that makes the anime even more fun to watch. And some of them actually had some good character development. I mean, there are so many memorable secondary characters in this anime. You got Keiichi's two senpais, Denchan and Daichan. You got Keiichi's younger sister, Megumi. You got the only girl member who's a part of the auto club. Her name is Hasegawa. You got the girl that's kind of referred to as the queen of the campus. You got this slimy, disgusting guy who hits on every girl and tries to seduce Belldandy. There's also this one side character that's only seen once in the anime. He's known as the god of poverty. He brings misfortune to people and it makes him very happy, and whenever he would do the deed, he would always go Shakin. But probably the three standout secondary characters is without a doubt Oud, School, and Mauler. Oud is Belldandy's older and sexier sister who interferes with Belldandy and Keiichi's relationship to make it a bit more exciting because she feels like it's kind of dull. They just sit around, they talk and be all lovey-dovey. She wants to make their relationship a bit more exciting, and she is honestly the funnest character in this entire anime. I really enjoyed every moment with Oud, and she actually goes through a bit of a development nearing the end of the anime that I thought was really good. I really liked her backstory. The only gripe I have about this anime is that I wish they could have expanded more on that backstory because it was a very interesting story, but it's okay. They got the romance down, that's really all they needed to accomplish. Another sister of Belldandy's is her younger sister School, who's kind of like a genius when it comes to technology and really loves her older sister Belldandy to the point where she hates when anyone else gets close to her, including Keiichi, so she tries her best to kind of interfere and get in the way of their relationship so that they don't build a stronger bond than the one that she has with her sister. She's also a very entertaining character, very likable in her own way, and she also goes through a bit of a development. My favorite episode with her is literally the last episode of the entire series, and I could watch that episode over and over and over again. It was really good and it made me fall in love with School even more. And my last favorite secondary character in this entire anime is the demon Mauler, who's more or less the villain of the series. Now, I've mentioned before in my Okami-san review that I felt like the villain in that anime was a bit too much and was kind of unnecessary and a bit too cliche. The difference between Okami-san's villain and the villain in Oh My Goddess is that they actually use the villain as a comedic element. I mean, Mauler as a character is not really much of a villain, but more of a nuisance. She's a bumbling idiot. And that's actually part of her charm, the fact that she always fails time and time again in a comedic fashion. It just makes you laugh all the time, and I couldn't help but like Mauler for making me laugh out loud so many times in this anime. I found most of her scenes very enjoyable. And also, they never took this villain seriously, unlike the villain in Okami-san who was trying to be taken seriously. They knew that she was just a comedic foil in the anime, and it worked to the anime's benefit. But probably one of the biggest pros of this anime is that this anime is so beautiful in its animation, its music, and its voice acting. I mean, the visuals in this anime, from the opening scene alone, just sucks you right into the realm of Oh My Goddess. It was so gorgeous, guys. I remember when I first saw it, I was mesmerized at how beautiful it is. Man, I'm starting to sound like my The Wind Rises review right now. But seriously, it is so gorgeous. I can watch the opening theme over and over and over again, and the opening and ending theme songs are excellent. I downloaded each and every one of them. They are so good. Like, Open Your Mind is without a doubt one of my favorite anime openings because it sounds like an angel is really singing to me. Like, it is such an angelic and beautiful voice. The girl who sings it, I don't know her name, but here's a picture and here's her name right here. She did an amazing job. Amazing. And speaking of voices, the voice actress for Belldandy on the Japanese side, she sounded angelic. She fit perfectly in that role. Like, honestly, she sounded just like an angel. She sounded so endearing, so caring, so loving. I just loved her voice work. And the voice acting, for the most part, on the Japanese side was really well done. Don't listen to the English dub. It really does not compare at all. And lastly, the romance and comedy was handled perfectly in this anime. This anime knew exactly what it wanted to be from beginning to end. It knew it wanted to be a romantic comedy and did not want to go extremely dramatic like other romantic comedies that have came before and after it. I mean, even in some of the more dramatic scenes in this anime, they still had some comedic elements that made you smile and laugh. And I love that they added these elements to these dramatic scenes, because it could have easily have gone way overly dramatic, but no, they knew they wanted to be a straight up romantic comedy and they stuck with it through and through. And I just love it when animes do that. That's what makes Oh My God, it's one of the best romantic comedies ever made. I really don't have a lot of problems with this anime. This anime is almost near perfection. The only real gripe I would have about this anime is, yeah, in some scenes in the anime it does get a bit sappy with the romance, where, you know, it's like, oh, I love you so much, Keiichi. I love you too, Belle Dandy. I want to be with you forever. Oh, me too, Keiichi. I want to be with you forever. It just makes you go, oh, it's the sappy love couple. Oh my God, stop, no, oh, wow. But don't worry, it's not in the anime that much. It's shown here and there. And another thing that I think might detract people from seeing the anime is that it's a very simplistic anime, and I really mean that. I mean, it's really focused on the love story between Keiichi and Belle Dandy. There aren't a lot of exciting action moments or even crazy ecchi moments or misunderstandings over and over again. It's pretty much grounded. I mean, there are some misunderstandings that do happen from time to time, and it does play off of some of the more romantic comedy shticks, but more or less it's a simplistic anime, and that's actually a credit to it, because it didn't need to have all these bombastic things to be a great anime. But for those who want stuff like that, you might not like this anime that much. But overall, I think you all know what I think about this anime. I absolutely adore it. It is without a doubt the quintessential romantic comedy anime, and it definitely deserves a 5 out of 5 stars. To me, it is truly an epic masterpiece, and if you are a die-hard fan of the romantic comedy genre in anime, this is a must-own. But anyway, what did you guys think of this anime? Did you love it as much as I did? Or did you think it was too simplistic, that it was boring and dull and you couldn't watch it? And let me know, what is the quintessential best romantic comedy anime you have ever seen? Be sure to comment below and let me know. And stay tuned tomorrow for my first Why I Won't Watch video of the new year. And also stay tuned this Friday for not only a few movie reviews, but also a special video that I have for you guys once again. But until then, guys, hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. Welcome to the Black Critic Guy. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. And I'm Tony Watt II, the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace, YouTube. Wow.